Here we are, the Sumi Island's troops. Right now, the resistance is predominantly made up of local soldiers from Watatsumi Island. Some of them are fighting with the Shogun's army in Tatarasuna, and some of them are stationed here on the island to keep the locals safe.
Did you use the train here too?
Yep. Unfortunately, I had to join the fight at Tatarasuna before I'd had the chance to impress the instructors, so they had me start off by helping in the logistics division. I'll be staying here for now. If you need me for anything, just come here. If I'm not around, just write a note and stick it on the wall. As soon as I see it, I'll come find you. Shoot! It's nearly time for the appointment with Her Excellency. I'll have to show you around Watatsumi Island some other time. But for now, let's get ourselves over to Sangat.
Food supplies are the absolute top priority. We cannot afford any losses. With the conflict between us and the Shogun's army getting more intense by the day, we must prioritize the stability of the rear guard.
Understood. I will think of a way.
Take heart. We have a fresh batch of supplies in hand, and I'm working on expanding the army. I appreciate that the lack of manpower has been hard on all of you, but things are going to get better.
We're expanding the army? Oh, that's great. Whoever this mystery supporter is, they're doing us a great service. Huh? Teppei, what are you doing back on Watatsumi Island? Might I ask who?
VIP guests of Her Excellency, that's who. I'm acting under orders to escort them both here.
Oh, really? Wait, so are you the new recruit everyone's been talking about? Strength of 29, splits an arrow in twain from 100 paces. Skin as hard as diamond. That's you?
Seriously? What is going on with these rumors?
You've come a long way. I'm sure you must be here on pressing business, so I won't disturb you any further. Your Excellency, I'll take my leave.
Your Excellency, I couldn't help but overhear Okubo mention something about...
Not long ago, someone wrote to me saying that they wish to support the Watatsumi Island resistance effort. To that end, they also furnished us with a great deal of thanks to them. We can finally start recruiting troops on the scale we need to openly confront the Shogun's army on the front line. I am not without my doubts, but Watatsumi Island is hardly affluent, and these supplies are a much-needed lifeline for us. The Cinder's conditions were also reasonable. They simply ask us to dedicate ourselves fully to fighting against the Shogun's army. Whatever other motives they may have, we are at least aligned on this. So let's consider them an anonymous act, naturally. We shouldn't let our guard down. If you discover anything out of
Your Excellency, does this mean that the food at the front line is gonna get any better? I was at the field hospital the other day, and everyone was begging for some
Daging
barbecue meat.
panggang.
Don't worry. I've already made arrangements for that. Everyone will have their fill of meat. But to be clear, still no alcohol.
That's fantastic.
Still no alcohol.
I understand how hard it's been on everyone. The Resistance Army's rations have barely changed at all since the Vision Hunt decree was first announced. I will discuss this with the Logistics Division to see what further improvements can be made. However, our supplies are still limited. I must ask you to remain patient until victory is ours.
Okay.
When will the Vision Hunt decree finally end? That's the question. And I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The mere existence of the Vision Hunt decree is baffling. The Tenryou Commission's attitude just doesn't seem to add up. The Tenryou Commission's zealous support for the decree seemed to come out of nowhere, and the Shogun seems completely indifferent to the fact that it has... I suspect the Vision Hunt decree won't end until these mysteries are solved. All I can say for certain is that a traveler, to confirm, knowing the current situation facing Watatsumi Island and the Resistance, good. Then I hereby appoint you as captain of the Watatsumi Island Special Operations Unit, Swordfish 2.
Wih,
Whoa, what? Swordfish 2? Is this the same Swordfish Special Ops? It's hard enough getting into a Special Ops unit at the bottom rung, let alone jumping to captain in one fell swoop.
tam gitu.
Although this appointment breaks with convention, I firmly believe that with your wisdom, courage, and strength, you can lead your... Great! So when do we take up our post? The members of Swordfish 2 are currently on standby in a valley to the southwest. Ronin have been causing trouble down there lately, and I have already written your appointment letter, which you'll need to show them on arrival. Once that's out of the way, please lead them in reading that the Special Ops Unit comprises Watatsumi Island's elite soldiers. It can be a little rough around the edge.
What about me, Your Excellency? Any battles you need me to get in? I want to make a contribution to the Resistance too.
Of course. I'll arrange something in brief.
All right! One successful operation coming right up. You may have swiped the cap.
Okay, sure. Well, traveler?
Kini ku telah menemukan dia. Cih. Kapten Swordfish. Ronin.
Ah, you must be the new captain of Swordfish 2. You briefed us in advance. Your reputation precedes you, and the appointment letter is all in order. But I still have my... I'll be straight with you. I want to know whether you have what it takes.
You mean...
Normally, a duel would be the quickest way to settle the question. But we're stationed here because of all the Ronin causing trouble.
All right, let's show...
Rise with the sun!
It's my lucky day. way!
Rain outlines your fate. Punishment! Light it up! Try and stop me!
Finally,
Okay, seems like you can hold your own. The rumors are exaggerations, of course. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is acting captain of Swordfish 2. This is Yoshihisa, a fellow veteran of the team. I now formally cede the position of captain to you. Swordfish 2 waits your...
There are 2 hard-hit areas. This was one of them, but thanks to you, this area is not. That said, the ones over there are tougher. And
Got that right. Watatsumi Island is busy
Bantu guys.
Rise with the sun!
Pesisir timur, pesisir timur.
Light it up! Not bad.
Duh.
Time to act.
Okay. Apa? Kini kata menemukan lagu. Kenapa anak endut?
Ini ada ayah natin. Ito ang ayah loro. Hiki loro. Ano po to?
Burn it down!
Ya, kemarin ko yun. Ini kemarin nagpilin ako yun.
Ini nanti jajan.
Something's come up?
incoming. Hey!
Kecilin, jangan musik ya. Jangan kene kamar weh. Lu kena copyright iki.
Anytime, any place.
Terlambat sudah.
Rise with the sun! throttle! Something to add to my collection.
Ini tipis-tipis nguli.
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
I'll put you on. Let's
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge! Time to buckle down.
miscalculated.
What a pleasant surprise.
Oh alah, nggak pakai ini cuy, pakai Venom.
You can't run!
Biar gak ke distract.
Light it up!
There's so many of them!
That's all of them. Whichever camp we attack, it's... But Captain, if we spread our troops to...
Yep.
All right then.
Ring cutter! No, my sword! Rev the engines! Rain outlines your fate. Judgment! Witness the power of Kupan. Shiver! Rise with the sun! Rise from the sky!
That should be the last of them. You didn't get hurt, did you? Cool. Paimon wonders how everything is going with Kototo and Yoshihisa. Should we go over and check on them?
Captain!
Captain, the other two camps are being cleared. The entire rear guard of Watatsu...
Great! They solved the problem and got but what's next? Let's go back and...
Finally, we got it done. These Ronin have been bugging me for ages, but Kotoku wouldn't let us at him until now.
What? No way could you have taken them down without the new captain here. I was putting the safety of the team first. Got it?
Oh, come on. You were just being a coward.
Hey, cut me out of these guys. Honestly. Forget them.
Grab the engines. Yeah.
Jalan. Jadi kok ke sana? Nah, jam 8 di mana tuh? Wah, tinggalan kecil.
Something to add to my collection.
Naon?
Burn it down.
Kok lupa lagi aku cuy.
Light it up.
Kok lupa ingat sih.
Something to add to my collection. Rise with the sun. Light it up. Full throttle. Yeah.
Kemana?
Hit.
Aku sampai pusing kau.
Sampai Aroim kita Antarkan ayeuna tadi teh jam 11 enak jam 11. Sepohoeun.
How was it?
Berontakan
Did your
mulai.
initiation? I'm sure you're playing it down a little. Kotoku, but with your level of ability, I'm sure it was a walk in the park. Since you're back, I take it that the Ronin are now gone from Watatsumi. You bet! We sure showed them who's boss. Good. Now we just need to make sure Okubo keeps a close watch to prevent their resurgence. Thank you. I believe in rewarding merit, so you will be compensated for your hard work. I gave him an assignment. He's taking part in a surprise attack against the Shogun. He expressed a desire to be on the front line. Now, speaking of assignments, I have a special mission? Yes. In between Watatsumi Island and Tarasuna, there are some ruins relating to a god who fell in the Archon War. Recently, however, supplies stored there. Stranger still, the Resistance army passed by and reported they found no signs of danger. It's not urgent, so there is no need to leave immediately. I suggest you take a few days to when Tepe returns. You can catch up with him. Then pick a day when... Is Tepe really gonna be... He has a tendency to dive into action without thinking things through.
Long time no see. So, how's Swordfish 2 treating you? Getting along? Well, you're in luck, because this season veterans raising their pay will boost morale, while giving them a few bounties will act as an incentive to go the extra mile. It's also important to maintain...
Wow! Where did you learn all...
I read it in a novel from the Eye Publishing House. It was a long time ago. You wouldn't believe how many doggone it took to convince my friend to let me borrow it.
You're seriously gonna use a novel to tell people how to run an army? Pretty sure that's copying an...
Ha! That's where you underestimate me. That's right. I'm learning military management on the job now. You'd better believe it. Thanks to my outstanding achievements in the recent naval battle, I've officially been made the captain. It's a brand new unit. Herring 1. What do you think? Pretty awesome, right? I spoke to Her Excellency, and she says our uniforms are in production. Let's go collect them together once they're ready. I can't wait to put them on. We're really gonna look... Everything's going great. Our mystery sponsor supplies of really...
Well, Paimon getting you...
Of course. You're a recognized member of the Watatsumi Island Resistance.
Yippee!
Captain, a new assignment has come in.
Thank you, soldier. I'll be there on the double. All right. You better watch out, partner. At the rate I'm going, I'll overtake you if you're not careful. I wouldn't be so confident if I were you. I'm at the top of my game right now. This is my time.
Paimon's so surprised that Tepe's been made a platoon captain. Let's take a break, then go check out this Archon War.
Tukar dulu ini guys. Sambil ambil itu.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Jujur saja ku tak mampu hilang Naikin dulu biar seru. Biar dapat ini guys. Murah. Tuku apa ya? Hah? Tampang opo?
Rise with the sun.
Coba cek kalian. Yuk guys.
Know my sword. Yeah. Yeah. Go and fly. Lights. Barbados. Let me read your verse. Pyroclastic surge.
Cia.
Rain outlines your fate. Shiver. Witness the power of you can't run. Light of the blazing sun.
Cia.
Rev the engines. Go and fly. Know my sword. Yeah. Wind, hear me. Wrath from the sky. Try and stop me. Punishment. Judgment. Ring cutter.
Easy to say. Yo, kita buka dulu ini.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Jom. Jom. News guys, aduh. Ada poponinya cuy sebenarnya. Yes. Berarti. Yuk, lanjut.
Let's finish this quickly.
Could they be hiding? Let's see what we can find. These electro monuments look a little suspicious.
Incoming. Don't blink. Huh?
Anjir, bingungin cuy. Oke kan.
Archon reporting for battle.
Here, let me help you.
Huh? Come a little closer. Yep. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Ah,
Let's do this. Strike! Quiver!
A huge line, Drew! Was it drawn out by the electro energy?
You can't run! Light of the blazing sun! Shiver!
Glad that as monsters go, that one was pretty tough. Make any sense? Anyway, the good thing is that it's over now. We should probably get going.
Wow, this is a surprise. I just got back delivering some supplies to the front line. I figured I'd stop by and...
Are you alright there, buddy?
I'm fine. It's nothing. I must have caught a call. On my way past, I heard that someone had just arrived on the island to investigate, so if there'd been some real danger, I might have had the chance to be the hero. Shame it was just you.
Pepe, don't you think there's something strange about this place?
Now that you mention it, there is something a little... It could be that the Tatarigami is more palpable here, I guess. We're not that far away.
Or a bus?
A god. Look, there's the corpse over there.
Ah, it's a gigantic snake skeleton!
Orobashi was the one who brought our ancestors from Enkanomiya to the surface. That's the origin. Our ancestors regarded it as a guardian deity. But during the Archon War, the Raiden Shogun came out in person and slew Orobashi with the Muso no Hitotachi. That seems...
The Raiden Shogun created Musojin Gorge in one slash?
Yes, but the Archon War was brutal. And Yashiori Island was completely destroyed during that battle. Since Orobashi's death, there has always been some animosity between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate, but our different beliefs have nothing to do when Orobashi attacks civilization. But now that the Shogun is stripping people of their ambitions with the Vision Hunt decree, it's time for someone to stand up and say, all right, I'm heading back. I was just dealing with some of the Shogun's elite samurai, so I think I'm gonna take a quick breather. You should report back to Sangonomiya as soon as possible. Don't stay here longer than you need to. Hey, don't...
Teppei sure made some big progress if he's already dealing with Shogunate samurai. Let's report back to Kokomi.
Chivalry will not.
Ini berarti pitch.
My lucky day.
Rain outlines your fate.
Burn it down!
There's more. How's this? To the theory.
Hey, not a bad haul.
Aduh guys. Shut up. Ih, telat sih.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Ikut tentangnya dengarkanlah Kokomi.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
Guru.
Goro's here too. What happened? Approximately how many people are exhibiting these?
I haven't had the chance to do a full count yet.
Kokomi, Goro.
Recently, some of our soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerated aging. I called them in for questioning and found out they privately acquired some secret weapons from our sponsor. Most of them are highly ambitious types, vehemently opposed to the Vision Hunt decree.
So that's why the war has been going unusually well.
Yeah.
But risky secret weapons are not the answer. We must put a stop to it. Goro, have you managed to acquire one of these weapons?
Most of the officers refuse to hand them over. Still, I did.
Do you know something about this?
Delusion.
So that means our secret sponsor is the Fatui?
But why would the Fatui do this? Forget that. There's no time. Right now, we need to inform the whole army to all soldiers who have shown symptoms are to be taken for treatment. Wait a second. Speaking of soldiers with... No! Let's go...
TP, TP, TP. Jadi aki-aki cuy. Efek delusion. Mendapat kekuatan tapi tidak cepat tua cuy. Tapi
Oh. Hey guys. Just a moment. Let me get up. Oh, right. Yeah. I haven't had time to give you the full of fighting the Shogun's army at sea. Taking on Shogunate samurai all by myself. If only I were stronger still. The stronger I am, the more I can do for the resistance. It wasn't long. They gave it to me and said that as long as I have... It's just like a vision. It's illusion. So, what's the difference? Gosh. Well, I suppose I've been getting more and more tired over the past few days. And at first, I'd find I was a little more beat than usual after a battle. Didn't think anything. This is a real shame. Guess I didn't receive of. Hey, when our uniforms are ready, grab mine for me. What's that look for? Don't worry, partner. As soon as I've rested up, I'll be right as rain.
Okay. Hey, where are you going? Hey! How's Tepe's condition? I have put out the order to cease all delusions. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but sadly, a few...
Your Excellency, I'm planning to establish a dedicated field hospital. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but...
Okay, I'll leave you to deal with this. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now while we're scrambling to... What are your thoughts? No, it's too dangerous. The Sakoku decree is still in force. So they're to organize an operation of this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge amount of... If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the It's dangerous to go alone.
Your Excellency, given the urgency of the situation, we were hardly discreet when confiscating the delusion. If we spend any longer amassing our forces, they will get wind of our plans and make their...
Very true. I gave this some thought while you were confiscating the delusions. The site of the factory must be... Not many places meet these criteria. And if we take the locations where our soldiers were... I'm not going to stop you. We have lost too many courageous fighters already. I don't want to lose... Huh? You mean to the delusion factory? Really? You aren't gonna think it over first? Fine.
hapuskan aku pada yang aku lupakanlah ingatanku jika itu tentang dia. Hapuskan memoriku tentangnya.
Phew.
Guys, apapun yang nonton, thank you ya guys. Berabrik di pabrik jangkrik ini.
Yeah. Punishment. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Good deal.
Both row.
So,
Masih cuy.
is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal milk. Where have we seen that? Wait a second. Are they getting this from Rito?
Killjoy!
So the recognition on it.
I see through you!
Over here. Lights out. No, my sword. Grain cutter. Yeah.
You need to hurry up!
Light it up. Barbados. Got this. You can't run. Incinerate. Rev the engine. Burn it down.
Guys, it looks dangerous. We'd better watch our step or we might get hit.
Rise with the sun.
Cuy. agak maewat mau pick up orang.
Intruder spotted! Do not undertake the work of the Harbinger. You'll never get out of here alive, Joy! You've only just begun. I will end this.
Switching gears. The flames burns
Maem.
on.
Don't be a killjoy. It's only just begun.
What's wrong with you?
Blazing fire full breakthrough.
Rain outlines your fate.
Can't run.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Punishment. Yeah.
I still joy. We've only just begun.
Judgment.
Stay right.
No, my sword. Yana, you can't run. Rain cutter.
That all you got?
Full throttle.
I miscalculated. Let's end this quickly.
Time to act. Yeah. Shiver. Rush from the sky.
Now this idiot must have a death wish.
Don't be intimidated. The Harbinger will be here soon.
You can't run. Yeah.
Time to fight.
Transgressions. Witness the power of Gugwa. Rise with the sun. Pyroclastic surge. Be gone. This one belongs to ice and snow.
You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui Harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
Senora and Child. I didn't know you and my two least reliable colleagues were acquainted. I'm the Balladeer. Number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. Delighted to meet you. Oh, mighty trap. So many visitors today. To what do I owe the honor? Oh, so that's what this is. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? You're getting all worked up over nothing.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. They were always going to die. With or without a delusion. Do you have any idea how useful the vision hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world. Trading their life for supreme power.
Oh, the Fatui
From the outside,
Cuma terlihat sangat
Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside,
sedikit usaha kamu bisa
it's a
ulang
land of
bersama
opportunity. Eternity stretches things out over a long time. But each moment within it becomes... Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. Just like a bubble on the water. Beautiful for a moment. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it.
Hey, calm down. No.
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills his factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
Miko cuy.
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you recognize me right away. Your brain seems relative. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was...
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something.
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other shrine maidens leave. Anyway, people show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what a...
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the best? Well, maybe you should be worrying maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. The delusions, they're still on your mind, aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also, with their stronghold exposed, I doubt the Balladeer is stubborn enough to try and... I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatua... Well, anyway, that's Angonamiya Kokomi. She really outdid herself this time.
A hindrance? Should you really be...
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying, so that you can focus on... You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes? Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did...
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach... Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a...
So, that place that she carved out...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing... You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little... The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The truth is, you want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather... The key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have...
So this is your plan? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance.
You're a fast learner. In short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen...
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come
Jemput, jemput. Jemput, jemput, jemput. Aku mau. Jemput, jemput, jemput. Boleh, boleh, boleh.
light it up!
Cukup.
Rain outlines your fate.
Keluar ya, Teh.
The ferry.
Itu berarti.
The ferry.
Something to add to my collection.
Dunia Magadir, dunia Mahadir.
We're gonna do it here? And what?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the rider's combat moves. I made it from my... It'll give you a chance to figure out her moves in advance and come up with a counter. The aim is to try to not get hit by the attacks, since you've escaped certain death at her hand once already.
Ini kan.
Jen.
Burn it down! Full throttle!
Sik.
Sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my in your dreams. More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see a nation to last for all. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly, you know, A never said goodbye to me, but perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately. As by neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I can either continue to I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself, then my duty as her eternal familiar is to drag her back out of her own head and in.
Aw, Nico.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for
There's a part 2?
Light it up! You can't run! Wrath from the sky! No, my sword! Lights out. Go and splash! Judgment! Rise with the sun! Light of the blazing sun! Witness the power of pocopad. Punishment! You can't run! Maybe this is just fate's dark design. Plastic surge! Full throttle!
Finally!
You did quite admirably. I could see you're determined.
So, do you think we're ready to beat the Raiden Shogun then?
How do I put this?
Wait, what? So, this was a
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chances? You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue. They're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The travelers that...
I don't mean to. It is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to... Oh, goodness. Is that the time?
All of the sudden, your inner team...
Tiba-tiba kasih dulu nyawa guys. Aduh. Ini masih gas menyeberangi lautan.
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. Before one makes a plan, what is the plan? No, you must understand the situation. The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full... Yes, this is now. We also know that every aspect of decree's
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryo and Kanjo Commission...
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryo and Kanjo commissions are in some... Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of two commissions and the Raiden Shogun.
So, what should we do?
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion.
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything you just...
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betray. If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She also appears to be standing right...
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant. Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now.
Affirmative.
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you...
Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted...
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your subordinates to leave. We have things to discuss.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Guji-ai, I'm a little curious. Does it not also
You're the same as ever, Kujo-san.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life.
Even though she will one day.
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course.
It's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance.
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knee. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. They're the ones keeping the...
You're saying the Kujo clan...
Yes.
Guji-ai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The tribe, ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. He reveres the Muso no Hidotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the Shogun pales in how could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days, and I will show you the... As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not see, simply because... And so, it falls to me to place the truth before...
3 days? I'll be here. But if I don't, she will have to come with...
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in
That was so scary. Paimon wasn't expecting to run into... But, Miko, you mentioned...
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just... As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with.
Okay, but what are we gonna do?
If we want to get our evidence, we're going to need some help.
Ninja.
That toy Tanuki just turned into a... What's going on? Paimon's never... Not a Tanuki. I'm so tired. If I don't get enough sleep, is this the profession? She doesn't look very professional.
She is a member of the...
Wow, a ninja? So was that one of those legendary ninja transformation techniques? Anyway, what's the Shumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission. a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties. However, convincing their most chronically lazy... Here's what I need you to do. Go into town. It would not be appropriate for me to be...
You make it sound so simple.
Oh, I thought you would have figured. For a complete outsider, probing the inner... But since the three commissions work together to serve the Shogun, they have a close relationship. Someone from... Now you're... The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet. But with the... Don't forget, we're on a tight schedule here.
Lady not to see to the table.
Light it up!
Toma! Toma! You there? It's us!
What brings you here? Did you meet with the Resistance? How's the battle going? Is it safe for me to come out yet?
Not just yet. We saw people patrolling on our way here.
So, it's still not over. I guess you came here. I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato. Bear with me.
I see. You have been through... I understand. You need evidence of the 10 missions. Now that you mention it, there is one thing that has always concerned me. The Shogun's army has... I used to think that she simply didn't care. But looking at it now... the Tenryou Commission presides over domestic military affairs. If they ever had any... Meanwhile, the Shogun would incorrectly conclude that the Vision Hunt Decree poses no threat.
But as I recall, the only person authorized to act... It's heavily guarded, too. Even with Sayu's help, swiping...
If only there was a way we could distract the guards just for...
Yoimiya's fight?
That's a very toneless sound, but it's a reasonable one. The statue of the omnipresent god is right by the Tenryou. While they were preoccupied with that, Sayu could infiltrate the Tenryou.
Great! It feels like I'm getting... It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat. Well, it's certainly like it to me. I've been looking forward to seeing you again every day since This tea house used to be my favorite hiding place, but now I've honestly lost track of how long it's been since I last said... Oh, man. I want to go to the hot springs so...
Poor Tom.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. The sooner the Vision Hunt Decree is abolished, this was a reunion of sorts, but there's no time to catch up.
Ooh, let's play the hot pot game again.
You're still thinking about that?
The Tenryou Commission is heavily guarded. Be careful when you get near.
Okay. First, let's do the hunt. Perfect. Well, don't give it a
Mm-mm. Tuh, kunci salah tuh.
You! The war...
Burn it down!
Stop! I have orders to search.
Grab the engines!
Stop! I have. Stop! I have orders to search for a...
Light it up!
Guys,
Well, we got a distraction. Now,
just
Burn it down!
lanjut. Bukanlah ingatanku, hapuskan tentang dia.
You!
Light it up!
there are loads and loads of people. We need to get rid of them after I get the document. But also, if I do get... Is this... Anyway... By the look of it, Freeman's ears are gonna get blown off. Oh, you are officially nuts. Uh-oh, they're all coming this way. Quick, run!
Stop! I have orders to search for a...
They're all coming this way! Quick, run! What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off! Oh, you are officially nuts! Uh-oh, they're all coming this way! Quick, run!
Satu ya kan.
Well, how did it go? Well done. Let's wait.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little... I feel so... No, I can't sleep yet. There was something... I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about. Here you go.
My lady,
What this sealed envelope must be an official report that the Tenryo Commission... In addition, we have... Correspond... It seems that Gujiyai was right. They opened some... This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Gujiyai. I will also gather some people to try and root out the rest of the...
still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun.
Shogun again. We'll just have to trust Gujiyai.
If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for... Let's pack up our things and get...
Bukanlah hatiku jika tak sendiri.
Lady Gucci, here I am, as promised. I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to... You're quite mistaken. So, where is your proof?
Ini
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promise.
You wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our...
Hand them to Sarah. She can examine them. What is this? See, this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujo clan. And it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resistance, Sangonomiya, or the situation on the front line. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line? Or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want to hide it? For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy of all? So, the Tenryo Commission. They are delicious. Now, who else do you think might be benefiting from the Vision Hunt?
This is a letter from the Tenryo Commission to Fatui, the head of the Kujo clan.
Well, the things you wanted to see, but also wish not, surely. You aren't planning to turn away. So everything I've ever held on to. This betrayal is unforgivable.
Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do.
Fujisaru seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like the Tenryo rebellion is... Yep, let's get...
Hold on, traveler. There's some...
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent. You must find a way to recreate them. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the stat, take this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very potent indeed. I thought I'd put one aside. If you find yourself at your wit's end, take it out and see what happens. Or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe.
Get it out, Fox Lady. This isn't the time or...
I'm sorry.
kepada kalian. Mbak, aku just
You followed me here? Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least, but if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter, then not only...
jangan sembunyi. La señora.
Apologies, ma'am. Orders from the top.
Out of my way! I need to speak to him. I won't tell you twice. Let me leave you. Rise with the sun!
Battle formation!
Light of the blazing sun!
Tak semua.
Try and stop me! No turning back! Strike!
Don't hold
You
back!
can't run! Yeah! Pyroclastic surge!
Strike first! Who goes there? Soldiers! I carry!
Huh! Light of sun. Judgment! Witness the power of Google. Grab from the sky! Yeah! Full throttle!
Stop! Sarah, have you gone insane? How dare you disregard my orders?
Master, I...
Go and ask him. Don't let him intimidate...
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui. Please, tell...
So this is how my documents went missing from it?
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryo Commission really...
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yet
He just came right out of his...
diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed. And all they requested for too long, the Kujo clan's position has been coveted by so many. There is no so. When the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack down on our enemy, it appeared to me to be an excellent deal.
You worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time?
Betrayal? How can you call this of the Fatui may think they are using me? But the reverse is true. When the lightning strikes in Inazuma, they shall fall after. None can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden.
Yeah. He doesn't worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but...
But Master, What about ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, you
mengajariku
taught me the importance of
betapa penting
loyalty
setia
from
yang mereka
servants.
bagikan
It's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to
untuk
stop with the Kujo clan. You hypocrite! Preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujo clan. I'm quite sure the almighty Shogun will be sympathetic.
But here's
beberapa
the
cerita
ego
dari
incident.
pejabat yang
If he thinks the Kujo clan is a match for the Fatui,
I've doubted the vision hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? Even but I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us? But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end. Well, so I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this.
Stubborn, report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujo clan's position is now unshakable, and the Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat. A harbinger.
You're the one behind all this? Way back in Rito, Lady Haragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting with an arrogant
Diplomat from Snezhnaya. Well, if she thinks she's...
Alright, stormed off! Do you think she's gonna go barge into tech? You can say that! Alright then.
Thank you.
Light it up!
Hush. Aja mas. Sige nga.
The way people charge in here as they please. So civilized. If I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of... Have you learned your lesson now? The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora. Then I apologize.
Tadi itu ada cerita jam 11. Kayaknya lagi isuk orang kayak berang.
I know. You can't get me out of your... Don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. I'm well aware that you hate me. With the way... So you came to expose my crimes in front... I'm just a Snezhnayan diplomat.
She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Stop talking about people and things that they were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But now, at least, they get to be building blocks in the... Is that not the greatest honor they could hope for? In the almighty Shogun. Do correct... That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold, but Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and these other mundane details you insist on mentioning, they're just necessary sacrifice. You stop me. For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around as well. But I didn't have you down as someone quite so foolhardy. Before you go saying something you can't take back, remember that you're Inazuma's most wanted, charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the Shogun wasn't the brightest. I'm not sure you realize quite how much distance there is.
I challenge you to a duel before...
Proceed. My, you're full of surprises today. So I'll admit that I never expected to be in a situation where the two of us were on. You are aware that the loser... Then I will deign to share this
Kayak apa jangkrik ini? Yuk kita cash kuy.
lesson on harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
Know my soul. Rain outlines your fate.
Burn it down! Plastic surge!
You've got some nerve laying your hands on me.
Harbinger power has become burdensome. I will manifest my destiny anew. Await my emergence and tremble, traveler. You have reason to be afraid. The pale flame smolders. Pale flame, lay waste to frozen shell and witness my suffering. In fires of sin and retribution, your soul will be incinerated. Immolation, a cherished agony. Do you feel it? What of a fight? Barbados, guide us. Judgment! Not every wound will heal.
Know my sword. Witness the power.
You can't run. Pull it hard. Wrath from the sky. Rev the end.
Punishment.
Full throttle. Who dares? Light of the blazing sun. A wish.
Judgment.
Not every wound will heal.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse.
inilah.
I am a Snezhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me, swear. If you strike me, I will make sure. The Fatui will make sure that your precious Inazuma. Stop! I order you! And you! Filthy rats! All of you! You are the enemy of eternity. But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor. Therefore, I shall allow you to leave Tenshukaku alive.
Maafkan shogunnya.
Shogun isn't gonna let us off just like that, right? Oh, the air feels suffocating. It must be the Raiden Shogun's almightiness. One strike from the Shogun and now Senor is gone. She got what she deserved. But Paimon still can't help but feel upset.
Ah,
Why are they doing it? Why are the Harbingers collecting all the no-seeds? Traveler, you got a headache? China, let's get out of this place. Paimon feels unsettled.
firasat buruk.
Also, when the Shogun executed Senora with the Muso no Hitakachi,
Luar biasa.
this unbelievable power. It seems impossible to defend against. And if so,
Untuk
we've
bisa
got no
mengalahkan.
hope whatsoever of defeating her in combat. So, to recap, Eagle wants us to go back in time to Yutania by the statue of the omnipresent god. But we'll be like lambs to the slaughter, won't we? Maybe we could put this plan on hold for a while.
Kayak orang pada itu cokot saya nak saya lebih lawan. Lebih best kena lagi.
Paimon can barely believe. Traveler, are you
Kurang sedikitnya jam 11 pe kadieu na pohong meureun.
Sounds like there's a lot of noise coming from outside Tenshukaku. Is a fight broken out or something? Oh, the guards seem really nervous. Let's go see what the situation is, shall we?
There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
Akan petir. Wih. Cuha cuy. Gemetar guys. Shogun. bawa lagi dunia dia.
So, we meet again.
It's
Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again? Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience? Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state. If so, then you underestimate me. I am quite well informed, but not so. Only everything that pertains to the Vision Hut decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity. Otherwise, they would have been purged long ago. Individual ambition is inherently incompatible. What you might not realize is that all too often, people have... Consider this. No one will lose their life. Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted. Traveler, your existence is unique in my eyes. There seems to be limitless uncertainty in you, to put it another way. So, I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions. What matters is that I tread the path... That's right. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to shake my will. So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity. Do you wish to become the traveler?
Let me read you a verse. No, my sword!
Like you are an enemy that requires special attention.
Rev the edges!
This ends now. Inferior. Inferior.
I see how it is.
Evasion is futile. Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
You can't run! I swear by my sword! Rain outlines your... A minor grain cutter!
Wrath from the sky! Instabilities will be removed. Not bad.
Barely a scratch!
I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close?
Miko, this was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
Hadapan semua orang, ada kekuatan hadapan semua orang. Kamehameha.
Purify your right of pace of work that I hope we can abolish the Vision Hunt decree.
Judgment!
Your
Punishment!
verdict is decided.
Let me read you a verse.
All will be settled.
Not good. Rain.
This will
Light of the
complete
flaming
shadow.
sun! Bottle. Incinerate!
Without yearning, all returns to silence.
You can't run! Lights out. Certainly just home. What a nuisance.
This will complete
Witness
shadow.
the power of Gugwa.
Barbados, guide us.
Judgment! Pyroclastic surge! Try and stop me! Shiver! You can't run!
You've lost, eh?
Yes, I have.
Why can you not trust your people and in the power of their ambitions? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff out. Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue? There are nations where humans cast their god aside and stride for. So are we to just abandon the notion of progress?
You and I have both witnessed the great loss that progress can bring. Eternity. When lightning
big.
flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
Heavens, as far as I'm concerned. When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever.
That would be...
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change. It does... I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such...
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention.
Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses, but I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to...
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you. For not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying it. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone.
But it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here instead? You are obviously lonely. And yet, for the sake of eternity, you choose to stretch. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? This is your plane of euthymia. It's your... So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness... But I have so much to say to you. Let me... As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every... So it will probably take me another few centuries to
Nico, I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can...
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt Decree. But, with regards to eternity, and the question of whether this nation should...
You are the one who's been acting like a child from... Promised. The Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of Utah? Is the vision... Oh, gotcha. So maybe the reason Yaimiko is looking...
Udah dulu guys, nanti kita lanjut lagi ya. Thank you.